zaraz poślubiłem. Oj dana, dana, oj dana, oj dana, że ją zaraz poślubiłem. Oj dana, oj dana, dana, oj dana, oj dana, że ją zaraz poślubiłem. Oj dana, deszcz grazna dwoja, teraz mamy lepszy dwoje. Oj dana, dana, oj dana, oj dana, teraz mamy lepszy dwoje. Oj dana, oj dana, dana, oj dana, oj dana, teraz mamy lepszy dwoje. Oj dana.
Talk about some kind of a hiccup, and I'm sure Barb Haslow had nothing to do with that.
I don't
nothing
know about
at all.
I'm worried now.
Yeah. I'm sure she had nothing to do with that. Hey, folks, we are so sorry, but I think we're back up and running here. At least it looks like it anyhow.
It does look it.
I am going back into Facebook just to see if we do have some folks here on the Facebook.
I did tell everybody on our broadcast to go ahead and refresh so that they could get the
there we go.
accurate video. So hopefully they're doing that. We do have people. Okay, Jill said loud and clear. That's awesome. Thank you, Jill.
Good
Yay.
deal. You know,
we have no clue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's never happened before where it just dumps right out. Now, I don't think we lost Facebook.
I think we did, only because...
I think I had to, when I rebooted the system.
Oh, maybe.
I think that's how we lost Facebook, but I'm not sure. But we still have
Jill said it's all her
people.
fault, so we'll just keep it with Jill's fault.
Yeah, because she's coming up next too. Hey, you know what? We also have a song right here by Polka Family. You know that Cindy Haslow had mentioned that Grandma had started it with the green grass, and Barb had continued it. So we're going to try again. Fingers crossed here. We're going to see if we can't get Polka Family to do a little bit of green grass polka. Hey, well, welcome back to part 2_2. That's right. This is Polkas After _2. Is the way it was set up. Oh, 2-1. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's us. That's
Okay,
now.
that's good.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and listen to some music here, folks. And welcome back to Polkas After Dark, a walk through polka heaven. Jeez.
Pod nóżkami rośnie trawka, zieleni się słonkiem, a na trawce siedzi Mania, żesztuje kochankę. Mamo woła na córuniu, a jej szkoda odejść, bo dotychczas nic nie trudno było mamę skodzić. Oj, córuniu, gdzie ty chodzisz?
That's one for Jeannie Wagner and also Barb Haslow. That time we made it through. There's one called the Green Grass Polka. That's when all the shots used to go around by the front of the bandstand, and it happened again this year. Cindy was able to get her and her dad to pass out the shots. So keeping the tradition alive with Barb Haslow. Hey folks, we want to welcome you back here. We had a little bit of an internet glitch. We don't know what it was. I know we paid the bill. So that's
obviously
one thing.
If we're back up.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, they don't just turn the switch off real quick and then bring you back on, especially on a Saturday night. Hey, you know, we're probably going to end up running a little bit over tonight just because of that glitch. We were off for about 4 minutes, so we'll give you some more time here. We want to welcome you. Polkas After Dark, a walk through Polka Heaven. If you're just joining us, well, this is series number 2. Part number 2 of the mini-series, and we go all the way through every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here in the Buffalo, New York areas where we broadcast. We want to thank you guys so much. We've got a lot more folks that have contributed some videos, including this young lady. And she thought that she was blaming herself that she was coming up next, and that's the reason why it dumped out. But nope, that's not the case at all. Hey, if you guys don't have any sound, please make sure you refresh, because we want to make sure that you guys have sound as well. Anybody else having an issue with sound, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to adjust that. But right now, let's go ahead and, you know what we're going to do? We're going to play one more song here. Yeah. Oh, that's okay,
Facebook.
So, all right. So, yeah, we do have sound, so that's good. I thought that was an old-time radio there for a second.
Sorry.
Hey, so anyhow, we're gonna bring up Jill Cerniak right now, and she's going to talk a little bit about Dad, Bill Cerniak.
So my father is Bill Cerniak. He and my mother played in Bill Cerniak and Polka Soul since 1970, I think they started the band, and I, went with them on gigs, slept behind the stage with my mother. So my parents were very adamant about not drinking or going to a bar until I was 18 years old, and my father was very adamant about not having a drink until I was 21. So about a week before my 21st birthday, my parents were playing at a bar in Minneapolis, Minnesota called Mayslack's. Mayslack's Lounge was a very popular place in northeast Minneapolis, and I was sitting on a pool table next to my parents while they played and studying for my college exams. Just studying, just listening to my parents, and my dad was very, as I said, adamant about not drinking, and he decided, you're a week from your 21st birthday, and I'm going to buy you a drink. And he bought me a drink, and I got kicked out for underage drinking. And I never played there again.
Holy cow.
So that was probably my favorite dad story, because he was so adamant. At my graduation party, he was so upset at my mom. But my parents, I just am so thankful for the fact that they brought me up in polkas, and even today we have so many family and friends that follow the music. So that's probably my one standout dad story, outside of the one time that there was a dance at the Bellray Ballroom in St. Paul, Mounds View, Minnesota, which was like 10 minutes from my house. And I used to hate to have basketball tournaments on weekends that good bands were in. Polkatown Sound played there on a Sunday, and I had to go play a basketball game. I was so mad that my dad made me go play this tournament. So I couldn't stay at the basketball game, but I scored 22 points that game, and I was a defender, and I was not a good basketball player, but I was so mad at him that he pulled me out to go play basketball versus staying at a polka dance. But that's what I remember about my dad. I remember I played concertina for a week just because my grandfather, who was also a fantastic concertina player, and my father, they would make me practice every day, and I wanted to play basketball, and I just never picked it up. I played for about a week, and that was it, because my father was so insistent in practicing and being a perfectionist, which my father and my grandfather as well were both great concertina players. But 20 years he's gone. He he just loved the music. My parents played, for many, many years, and I will forever miss him. So I appreciate this opportunity to talk about him a little bit.
And it is so nice because Mom still gets up on
She
the
does.
stage once in a while
Yeah.
and sings her heart out with Lenny and also Ray J and the Carousels last year at the IPA. That was a nice thing to see.
The other band she plays or sings with is Larry Trojak's band, The Main Squeeze, because my cousin Todd plays the concertina, and they, she gets a little nervous since my dad passed. So the only person she probably feels most comfortable with is Lenny Gomulka, and I was in third probably. So that's another story, because I was probably in third grade when they recorded second going into third grade, and my sister's adopted from Korea, and that was the year that Lenny got nominated for the first, I think that was the first year the Polka Grammy was there, and we couldn't go to the Grammys because we were expecting my sister that year, but that was for the album that my mom recorded with Lenny Gomulka.
Wow. Some great times, some great memories,
Yep.
that is for certain. Hey, Jill Cerniak, thanks so much for joining us here on Polkas After Dark. A walk through Polka Heaven, which is going to be a multi-part series starting in October of 2022. Thanks again, Jill.
Yep,
Love you, honey.
absolutely. Love you too.
Sunshine, I grew to love you more each passing day. Before too long I built my world around you, and I prayed you love enough of me to stay. If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go. I can't take another minute of a day without you in it. If you love me, let it be. If you don't, then set me free. Take these chains away that keep me loving you. The arms that open wide to hold me closer, the hands that run their fingers through my hair, the smile that says hello, it's good to see you. Anytime I turn around to find you there, it's this and so much more that makes me love you. What else can I do to make you see? You know you have whatever's mine to give you, but a love affair for one can never be. If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me go. I can't take another minute of a day without you in it. If you love me, let it be. If you don't, then set me free. Take these chains away that keep me loving you.
Hey, how about a little bit of Slippery Fingers? Here's another one by Bill Cerniak and Polka Soul.
For your safety, pull down on the shoulder restraint until it locks in place. Keep your head against the headrest and remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside.
You know, we would be remiss if we didn't play this one. This one held us through the pandemic era of 2020 and also into 2021. Here is Bill Cerniak along with Jerry Zelazny. Here's one called the Roller Coaster Polka. That's one called the Roller Coaster Polka. That is the sound of Mr. Bill Cerniak and Jerry Zelazny with the concertinas. And that's one that we have a lot of fun playing for you guys every single chance we get. Hey, we want to say hello to Mr. Dave Lubovinsky. Jeff Tomczak is here. We want to say hi to you. Let's see here. Liz Juba. Hello to Liz. And once again, to Mary Lou Cerniak. Jill, your video, you did a great job. Thank you so much. Dan Cerniak says, I miss Dad every day. Well, yes, and we do too, because he was taken from us way too soon, as a lot of our fellow brother musicians, brothers of the note, as Kenny Michalski refers to them. And we just want to say, we miss you guys a lot. Hey, you're tuned to a walk through Polka Heaven, and we've got, 7 minutes before 9 p.m., but as you know, we had a little bit of an internet glitch, so we're going to go on for a little bit more. We've got a couple more folks that we want to bring to the front, and that is the next individual that we are going to be looking at here is the lovely Helen Ray Bajiwek. Helen Ray is going to talk about her dad, Ray Bajiwek. Hey folks, we're here with Helen Ray Bajiwek, the daughter of the famous Ray Bajiwek, the Ray Bajiwek Band. And Helen, why don't you share a nice story or two with us about Dad?
Thank you, Robin. What I like to remember is his sense of humor. And his sense of humor is kind of portrayed in his Roulette and Epic albums, when, he's got songs like, Hit Him on the Head with a Kielbasa, I'm a Doctor Polka, Doctor's Polka. Some of his songs are really off kilter, but it just shows his sense of humor. And growing up with him was a trip. I remember one time when we were, growing up, we were a little bit getting into our teen years, so we were all going our own way on weekends. And if he was home, he expected his family to be home. Well, we all did our thing. I think my mom took us to a haunted house that weekend. And we come home, and as soon as you open the door, we smelled barbecue sauce. We go in the kitchen, and there's my dad laying on the table with barbecue sauce all over him and a knife that he taped to his chest and a suicide note saying, "My family doesn't love me anymore." And the funny thing about it was, he got mad at us because, of course, you smell the barbecue sauce. We knew it wasn't real, and he got mad at us that we were laughing at him.
Where's the ribs?
But that was my dad. If I remember one time, even with him and my mom, they had an argument. My mom told him to shut up. So he did. And what he did was, he made the motion. He locked his mouth, took the key, and threw it. And this went on for days. He would not speak. So finally, my mom was going crazy. And finally, he wrote her a note saying that she has to pick up the key to give it to him. He had my mom move the refrigerator to pick up an imaginary key to unlock his mouth so he would start talking again. He was a card. I also remember a time where one thing that he was very, his looks meant everything to him. When he was younger, before he got hurt, he was what they say, cock of the walk. I don't know if I can say that, but, he was the guy. His mom bought him silk shirts. They didn't have money, but she made sure her Ramey had his silk shirts. And so he always wanted to make sure that his hair looked good. It had to be perfect. So if you messed up his hair, he would pay you back. That was the thing. You do not mess up his hair. And I, of course, it's a challenge. So I did one time, and I was helping him out. This was before I was going on a date. I was helping him do something, and as I was knelt down by the chair, he had a bottle of High Karate cologne and just doused my hair in High Karate to get back at me. So, like I said, we had a entertaining childhood. My dad always used to feel bad that he was in a wheelchair and felt he couldn't do things with his kids like most fathers could, but I think he did more for us than what most fathers do. One of the things that was very important to him was holidays and family, and he would not take a job on New Year's Eve unless his family could be there with him. So, Buffalo, he loved playing Buffalo. My gosh, I wish I would have known that I was going to do this. I just came across a letter written from the Fort Leonard Post. I was going through some of his stuff, and I came across this letter written by the person who was, when you guys first, I think, reopened, and the crowd of people that was there when he played, and how much his music meant to the people, and how much the people meant to him. So I know Buffalo was, he played St. Stan's there a lot. He played the Fort Leonard Post a lot. Buffalo was part of, his territory.
And a gentleman that we lost a few years back, David Scrubby Severinia.
Oh my gosh.
Was a huge fan of the Reba Jewick Band and your father.
Yes.
Just some great stories there. Helen Ray, thank you so much for joining us today.
If I could, take
Please.
a little bit more of your time when you mentioned
Please.
Scrubby. Yes, I know Scrubby just loved my dad. I think I heard Larry Trojak said every time he was at the house in the morning, first thing he did was put on my dad's music. It's like, there's other bands, but he's like, no, to Scrubby it was just Ray Bujelic. And I remember the first time Dynatones came into Cleveland to play at Hillside Party Center, and they stopped at the house to have dinner with my dad because my dad wasn't doing well, so he couldn't go to the to Hillside. But they stopped at the house to make sure that they paid their tribute to him. And I remember if only we had the cameras like we have now to take video of them playing in the family room. It was a wonderful experience. So yeah, just when you mentioned Scrubby, that brought that to mind also.
Oh wow, that's great. Helen Ray, thank you so much. God bless you. We love you, and just keep doing what you're doing, kid, because you're keeping your dad's name and the memories alive.
Thank you. Well, it's like my dad said, a polka day keeps the doctor away. Well, without polkas, we wouldn't have friends.
Right.
Friends gather around, and I will try to sing you a song about my gal friend I love so dear. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer. Oh, ice cubes in beer, boys, ice cubes in beer. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer. She was my gal friend, I loved her dear. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer.
I don't like candy, I don't like cake. I don't like ice cream, I don't like steak. I don't like fur coats or nylon sheer.
What a crazy drink! Those ice cubes in beer. Oh, ice cubes in beer, boys, ice cubes in beer. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer. She was my gal friend, I loved her dear. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer. We'll get married and settle down in a small cottage not far from town. I'll do the cooking, I'll make it nice. So you drink the beer, hun, but lay off the ice. Oh, ice cubes in beer, boys, ice cubes in beer. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer. She was my gal friend, I loved her dear. All that she drank was ice cubes in beer.
Did you ever hear Ray Bujellic play the saxophone?
Hey, this song's going to take us all the way out, folks. Again, Jerry and I want to thank you so much for tuning us in once again. Hey, don't forget, we have a live interview tomorrow afternoon with a gentleman by the name of Bobby Zima. He's going to join us direct from Chicago, Illinois for an interview live right here, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Polkas After Dark, and then join us again next week, Saturday, for another edition of A Walk Through Polka Heaven, as we do those every single Saturday in the month of October. As we always say, folks, if you've been listening in your car,
Thanks for the ride.
hey guys, you're tuned to Polkas After Dark, and we do appreciate it. Thanks so much. God bless, and have a good evening.